Hello, everyone, and welcome to another casual convo. And today we have the lovely Rachele from Amethyst Ascension. Thank you so much, Rachele, for joining me.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
Very honored.
So let us see who is in the chat. We have Tiny Trinkets and Tarot, and hello, good to see you. And hello to anyone else coming in. I can see we have a few viewers lurking, and anyone else watching the playback. I have all of Rachele's socials and information in the description box below. If you are not already subscribed, please run over and give her a like and sub. She is fabulous, tons of great content, and she is the first person that I ever did a live with for your spotlight interview. That was, yeah, that was the first time. I was petrified, but that was the first time that I was actually in a live as opposed to like in a live chat. So
now look at you. You're a pro.
I know. Well, I learned it from the best, you know?
Oh,
So.
thank you.
Okay. Oh, hi, Heather. So for anybody coming in or watching the playback that might not be familiar with your channel, do you want to give just a little bit of an intro and talk a little bit about yourself?
Well, the kind of stuff that's on my channel is, oh my gosh, a lot of different kinds of stuff. I've been doing actually YouTube for about, well, since 2013, but I really didn't touch it then. I did one video way back then to show off my jewelry that I made back then. And then I didn't do anything until I think 2018, which is when I had got a box, Mindful Souls. And in order to get another box for free, you needed to do a video. So I'm talking to my daughter. I'm like, how do I do a video? Because when I made a video to send it, it was too long. So she's like, well, don't you have a YouTube? I'm like, okay, there you go.
Nice.
So that's how it started. But I have tarot, oracle, psychic development stuff, interviews, tons of interviews.
Yes, astrology.
I mean, just a bevy of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Angel stuff.
Yep.
Everything.
Everything. Exactly.
The
Hi,
kitchen
Pamela. Yeah, if you're looking for any subject, then chances are it's on Rachele's channel. So
Anunnaki, you name it.
Exactly. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and do the icebreaker, the firsts and favorites? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start off with firsts. First deck you remember buying for yourself?
My very first deck was the Goddess Guidance deck by Doreen Virtue.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then I got the first tarot deck I got was in like a party tarot night box or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Great Joy. And what came in it was the Easy Tarot, a book, Easy Tarot, and then the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti.
Yes. Yeah. I think they still sell it that way, don't they? Like a kit or something like that. Yeah.
I think so.
Awesome. And then what is the first deck that you ever passed on?
The Good Tarot.
Oh, okay. Was it not working for you, or?
I mean, it was beautiful. It is beautiful. It was really soft. I thought I would like it. And I did. But other ones came along that I liked a lot better. And my niece was exploring tarot.
Oh,
we'll try that.
That's a great beginner deck. Yeah.
So I passed
absolutely. Very nice. Hello, Marlene. And let me see, anyone else I'm missing? I don't think so. Okay. First first deck gifted to you.
Well, it was the Santa Morta.
Oh, okay.
But it was one that was in my like Amazon wish list, and my husband just kind of went through my wish list and just picked one of them. So
that's the best way to go. At least it's one that you want, right?
I've gotten a whole bunch that way.
Yeah. And then first deck in your collection, not based on RWS. So tarot deck, I know that you had Oracle, but do you remember which tarot deck that kind of branched off from RWS? The Thoth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I hear you. And then first thing you ever started collecting?
I really had to think about this because I never really collected too much before the witchy stuff. And that was Bon Jovi pins and Bon Jovi paraphernalia. I was in a secret society. You know, when the album Slippery When Wet came out?
Yes.
I was such a fan. I was in a secret society.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So then when John Bon Jovi branched out to do his like solo thing and Richie Sambora, did you follow them? No, it was just Bon Jovi. Okay.
It was more a teen thing, honestly.
Okay.
After everyone went, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Right at that age, I think I was 16, 17, around that time period when it came out.
Yeah.
So I had a jean jacket.
Oh,
it was all the
absolutely. You had to. Absolutely.
When I look back now, it's like so tacky, but
Yeah,
then it was like
then it was hot.
You know?
That was I
with
remember.
All the pins on the arms, and it was covered all down the front with the pins and stuff. And I had like signed, because we would go out, you know, at the concerts and stuff, and get the like inside of our jacket signed and all that.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was funny, and my hair was so big that I had to walk sideways, you know, like through.
Yep, the big like teased bangs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh, good times. Good times. Thank you, Ange, for putting in the link. Thank you so much. Marlena, well, I try. I really try. So I'm glad I got it right. Oh yes, and we do have another Bon Jovi fan. That's a good song. Really good song. Okay. Hi, Beth, Aspasia Rising. Hello, Jonathan. And then we also have Gerald, Tarot Stash. Okay. First pet.
The first pet that I had, I actually picked out when I was really, really little. And I remember it's one of my earliest memories.
Okay.
And it was an albino shepherd, and his name was Sergeant. And we had him up until the time that I was maybe 12 or 13.
Okay.
From like a year and a half old. My mom said, go and, you know, in the litter and pick one out. And I picked him out.
Wow. Oh, that's so sweet. And you got to name him?
Yeah. I don't know if I got to name him.
Okay. But you got to pick him out.
Yeah.
All right. First movie you remember seeing in a movie theater?
This is funny, actually. It was Jaws.
Oh gosh.
And that was like in 74, 75 when it came out. My mom took us to the drive-in theater. And it's funny, she would make us get down. And I don't know if she did it at this particular time, but she would make us get down, get under a cover when me and my sister were little.
Yeah.
And so that when we went into the you know, the drive-through, they wouldn't see us, so it was less expensive.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. But that's a hardcore movie to be going to see.
It was, definitely.
I would be having nightmares after that.
I still don't like going in the water.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's probably that movie and Orca. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Yes, I did.
That one was even more terrifying to me.
Piranhas. Piranhas was around the same time. Do you remember the Piranhas?
I remember Piranhas. I think it's probably best that I don't, though, even if I
was way too young.
Yeah.
I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I think mom just probably couldn't get a sitter or something.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you can take it.
You
girls can take it.
Yeah.
Okay. First celebrity crush.
Gosh, this was really hard too. Trying to think back then. I mean, I remember when I was like a teenager, but the first one that I can remember is, you know, on Saturday mornings, because they didn't have cartoons or a Cartoon Network when I was growing up. You know, they had every Saturday morning. And for you guys that are a little bit older like myself, you probably remember that's when the cartoons were every Saturday. So we had Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
And it was
yes.
Zach.
Yes.
I liked Zach.
You liked Zach. Okay. Yeah. I
And I'm
mean,
sure
he's a
somebody
charmer.
probably remembers his name.
Paul Gossett.
Something like
Goss or something. Paul. I just call him Zach.
Yes.
It's fine. Beth says, Rochelle, what is it with parents? My mom took me to the most age-inappropriate movies at drive-ins. They're like, yeah, I think, my parents definitely let me watch movies that I should not have been watching, like just, kind of violent movies that I probably weren't. But I don't know. Maybe that was just the thing back then. It's like,
Well, in all fairness, my mom was 17 when she had me, and then,
okay.
turned 18 a month later, and I was
Mhm.
the youngest.
Gotcha.
So she was married at 15,
Mm-hmm.
and so she was a young mom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Thank you, Mark Paul Gosselaar. There you go.
Thanks. Okay, so I got some of it correct.
Yes, we did. That's funny.
Okay. Let's see here. First paycheck.
McDonald's. That was my first job. I got right when I was 16, when I was legal to work.
So then did you get sick of eating McDonald's?
Oh, yes, because they gave you free meals too. When you worked like a shift up to a certain point, you got a meal.
Yeah, so it's funny because Sylvain, he was on one of the casual convos, and he said he had to pay for his. Like they were discounted, I guess, but he still had to pay.
No, we got it free.
Interesting. Yeah. Maybe it's like a Canada versus
or age. I don't know how old
age,
he is, but I'm 51. So this was quite a long time ago. This was many, many moons,
So true. First piercing and or tattoo.
I still don't have any tattoos. I said I was going to get one when I turned 50, but then COVID hit and the rest is history. And you know what? I've had people say, like the pain, you got to worry about the pain wherever you get it. Cause I was thinking of like something on my hand, right? Like a Merkaba on my hand. But I'm more worried about it getting infected, not the pain while it's doing it, the more like, that would be my luck getting a skin infection.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, I've had an infected tattoo and they're not fun. I mean, it just gets blotchy and itchy. And of course, then like the tattoo gets, ruined. But I mean, you just have to.
I really don't want to get one.
Well, I think that was more my fault because the one that I got was like on my ankle. And so I was, just the walking around must have agitated it. And so, I feel like it was more my fault than the tattoo artist. It wasn't her fault. I think it was mine. So don't let me see there, but everyone else I'm sure has had great experiences and they will tell you. Yeah, I know. Heather saying infections are so rare. They are. It was my bad, basically. It was basically my bad.
Everybody I know has a tattoo. I'm just a big baby. I'm a big wussy.
Hey, it's okay. You do not know. There's no rule saying you have to have a tattoo. So
my first piercing, I was about a year and a half old.
Oh, wow. Your mom did it. Yeah. Like the earrings. Yeah. I think that was more kind of common back then that you just like get your ears pierced when you're a baby, And so, yeah. Hello, Kristen Louise and Lady Blind Wolf and Ivy's Grove. Wow. Thanks to everyone else coming in if I've missed you. And then on to favorites. Favorite hobby outside of tarot.
That's awful hard too.
Yeah.
Gardening. I like gardening.
Cool.
Yeah. Journaling. I'm really enjoying journaling.
Yeah.
But I like doing the digital journaling now.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to talk about that later. Awesome. And then a favorite thing to shop for other than decks and witchy items.
That's also really difficult. I mean, can you see my room? It's filled with decks, and even the books that I get are
deck related, like
or tarot related, or oracle related, or something like that. But crystals. I mean, I love crystals.
Oh, that one's holy crap!
I know. It's huge. I just got it. This is Labradorite. I don't know if you can see the.
Wow. That is
It's massive.
amazing. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Joan B, hello. There are hobbies besides tarot? Touche.
Exactly.
Touche. Yes, Heather is booked for. Yeah. Oh, yay. That's right. You'll have to show us when you get it. It's gonna be awesome.
Is this her first? Is this your
Oh
first?
no,
one?
she has several others, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, she's getting well, I won't say unless she wants to say in the live chat what she's getting, but it's pretty cool and it's on point to Heather. So yes. And then
Gerald makes a good point too. I do like astrology and numerology. That kind of stuff is also my hobbies, but I look at that all in the same field of stuff.
Yeah, gotcha. That makes sense. Do you name your skulls? Beth asked.
I do actually. I've only got 2 skulls. My first one is about like yay big, 3 inches, and it's amethyst. And then this is my second one. My first one is called Mithras.
Ooh.
And that came to me in a dream also, that I was a daughter of Mithras. I mean, I have a lot of like
very nice
and stuff.
Very nice.
This one came to me a few days before she arrived, and it's Janice. I would never have picked that name. Never. I don't know why, but I kept on telling Courtney, I'm like, it's like, at first I thought it was male. And the more and more I looked at it, it's just like, it's not male, it's a female.
Sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I only have 2 myself, and it just felt kind of immediate that I knew, whether I was going to name it, more male or female oriented. So
I wanted a really cool, like mystical name.
Yeah.
But all that would come to me, which was a couple of days before she arrived, was Janice. It was in my head when I woke up. I'm like, all right. All right. It's Janice then.
Yep. Let me see here. It's Heather saying it's her 5th tattoo, Alice inspired. Alice in Wonderland, because she loves Alice.
Very cool.
Okay. Let's see here. Where are we? Favorite book?
I have so many favorite books that I love. So I'm just going to tell you a couple that were very instrumental to me to begin with, which was like A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. That one I had right when it had just come out, and he was on the Oprah show. This was
Oprah Book Club, right?
Years ago, and she was doing a course with him, a webinar kind of thing, and I did that with that book.
Okay.
At first, it was such a hard book to get through, but once you start getting into it, it's so deep, and it really opened up a whole lot of stuff. And then the other one was The Secret.
Oh, okay.
Remember The Secret?
Yes, I do remember
Those
The Secret.
Were both super instrumental, along with tons of Sylvia Browne books, Dolores Cannon, other stuff too. But
awesome, very nice. A favorite movie or show?
Wow. I mean, I love The Notebook. My husband, if it was ever on, like you would put on the guide, he'd like scroll past it
because he doesn't want you to see it. Yeah, he's like,
I've seen it
too many times. Oh my gosh, such a good movie! Such a good movie. The classic.
I love all the Nicholas Sparks stuff. They're all like bittersweet. But love really is bittersweet.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. A favorite crystal other than amethyst?
Labradorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one of them too.
I think my first favorite was carnelian.
Oh, that's a great one.
I'd ever seen.
Yeah, that's a great one. Okay. And then Heather's asking, do you read much fiction, Rachele?
I mean, I read all kinds of stuff. The problem is I read so many things at one time. It takes me a long time to get through any one of them, because if you look at right next to my desk upstairs, I have maybe 50 books in a little rolling cart. So And I
in the
also have
library.
some books that I'm listening to in through Audible. One of them is what is it called? The Mists of Avalon.
Oh,
It is such a long book. It's like over 50 some hours.
It's a long book, and it's a fantastic book. It is one I feel it was very influential to me growing up, and it's kind of it's you try not to, upon hearing about the author and how terrible she was, you try to separate that, and do separate it. You should still continue
I didn't know any of that, so
yeah, it's not great. She was not. She was, yeah, and such a good book. It's such a good book.
I remember the miniseries. Do you remember the miniseries?
With, was it Juliana Margulies?
And Angelica Houston.
Yes, I remember that, and I always remember I wanted that tattoo on my forehead, like they did, or yeah, I think that's where they had it. Yeah, I always wanted that. So hilarious. Okay. Where are we? Oh, favorite constellation or planet?
This is difficult because I just really they're all difficult. I'm not good with favorites, obviously.
A favorite.
I love them all. I don't have like Jupiter. Jupiter's the most auspicious planet. It's the one that's expansion, It's even said that in the center it's like popping out, because it's expansion.
Awesome.
So maybe that one. And that is the ruler of my Sagittarius. So
gotcha. So Beth is saying, after you read The Mists of Avalon, you might want to check out The Once and Future King. Yes, and it's funny. I think I tried to get into The Once and Future King, and I didn't get too far into it. I don't know. I hear it's a fantastic book. I just never read it, or I started and I stopped. So I'm gonna have to revisit that one.
I loved, when I was growing up too, though, the movie Excalibur. Did you ever see that one?
I did. I think I did. Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
That was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
Yeah,
definitely. Awesome. So I loved the King Arthur stuff, and I didn't even know, when I did some DNA stuff and through Ancestry, found out that on my father's side, his surname, and on my mother's side, we all come from what was then Somersetshire, England, which is now Somerset, which is where Glastonbury is.
Oh, look at that.
That's pretty interesting.
That's pretty awesome. How about a favorite journal?
Well, I definitely love my dream journal. But I love all my journals.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'll just show you guys. Hang on. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. But like some of my digital, this was from May. Oops.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow. That is so awesome.
And it just goes and goes. So when you said, do you do any other hobbies?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's
great.
No more.
Gorgeous. Very cool. Okay. Bonus question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do Kiss, Marry, or Kill of these 3 decks.
Okay.
Lightseers, Dark Mansion, and Bonestone and Earthflesh. Which one would you kiss, marry, and kill?
Okay, I would have to kill the Dark Mansions.
Okay.
Kiss Lightseers and marry the Bonestone and Earth.
Wow. Okay. I would have thought those last 2 are switched.
And you know what? Probably if one was sorry.
That's okay.
That's enough. He's barking at the cat.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Too.
If the Bonestone was available, like mass market, then it would probably be switched. But I don't want to give it up because it is so wonderful.
Yeah.
So awesome.
That makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay, let's look at the chat. Hello, Lisa Stevens and
It is
Shauna
me.
Ray.
I got
Yes. What's so? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong things. Okay. Yeah, Marlon, I haven't seen the cat either. I've only seen the dog. Probably the cat is hiding somewhere.
She is. She's over here. The two
Gotcha.
dogs are like this.
Okay, so let us move on to the interview questions. So, when did interest in tarot first begin for you? Was that like around the time that you had started doing the tarot channel, or sometime before that? Okay.
Well, once I had got the goddess guidance oracle deck, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, because I have mentioned this before on my channel that for me, I had previous tarot readings. Like one when I was 18, I went with my grandma, who was a tarot reader, and I didn't know she was. She was kind of closeted. And then another one when I was pregnant with my daughter, which was 20 some years ago. But I always thought that you had to be like some kind of psychic or mystic in order to be a reader.
Right.
And so when I got the deck, the first one, and then got the tarot party, I'm like, wow, man, you know, like more people can actually do this. This is interesting. So I was hooked after that, which was like 3.5 years ago.
Awesome. And like, how did Doreen's deck like pop up for you? Like, how did it come onto your radar? Do you remember?
It might have been on Facebook, an ad or something. I don't remember, to be honest with you. It just popped up, and I was like, wow, this is
what is that? Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I think like $13 or something. I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. So I'll just check it out. And I started using it, and I was like, wow, this is just fantastic. You know?
So yeah, it sounds like card divination has always kind of appealed to you, even from like the younger age when you were getting tarot readings and such.
Oh yeah. So. I mean, we did seances when I was a teenager. We did light as a feather, stiff as a board. We did Ouija boards. We did all kinds of that spooky stuff.
Oh, yeah. So you were always kind of woo before, like, makes sense.
Yeah.
So that tracks. So then what would you say was the deck that really made tarot click for you and your practice?
I can't remember if it was the Everyday Witch that came first, or was it the Light Seers? Do you guys remember which one came first?
It was the Everyday Witch that came first.
Okay. I mean, I don't remember which one came first for me.
For you, I would say I don't remember, because they came. I want to say it was the Everyday Witch, but I don't know.
I think it was the Everyday Witch. Yeah. I got that one, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm like, I get this. This is starting to really actually make sense. And I don't have to keep on looking at my stuff, because they're so expressive. The artwork is so expressive.
Yes, absolutely. And then in terms of maybe other resources like books, or did you find that watching YouTube, like what were the best ways that you found that you were able to learn the tarot?
I took a course.
Okay.
On Udemy. The instructor's name is Sal Jade.
Okay.
It was wonderful. And she still does them on there. So I did that. Also, I read the entire book of Easy Tarot, because that was my first one. Read the book Kitchen Table Tarot.
That's a great one.
By Melissa Sinova.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh yes, that was so good. The Everyday Witch. Did I say that already? And there was another one that I read the book. Anyways, it was a combination of that, and of course, Tarot Tube.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
That was like a big one for me, watching series and stuff like that, and joining with other people. And it just kind of like inspired you to just keep going, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Okay. And then would you say that RWS is your favorite system? Because you've been getting into Thoth a little bit, but predominantly RWS for you. Do you think that'll kind of always be your go-to?
I couldn't tell you at this point. I mean, I will say that RWS is the one that I know the best. I've read both of the books, the Book of Thoth and
you have, okay,
Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth. But reading through it the first time, I'm 51 years old. My memory's not great. So now I'm doing a study, and now it's like really kicking in for me. I love the Thoth tarot. So far, everything, it's just like, I don't know, just the way that he sees it, the way he explains it is just so much better for me than the Rider-Waite system. But I know the Rider-Waite system so much better.
Right.
I don't know where I'll be in the future. I'm kind of thinking even more towards Tarot de Marseille, just because I feel more like drawn to numerology than I necessarily do like the RWS.
Yeah, I can see that for you, actually. Yeah, the numerology aspect of it. Definitely. Okay, so then speaking of Thoth, how has that been coming along for you? Because I remember you had said in previous videos that you were going to do a study. And so you're saying that this is kind of like your second round. You first read the books and now you're kind of going back and going deeper.
I'm studying with Courtney from Erie's Witchcraft, or Stories, Lore, and More. And we do one card out of both. We read both the Thoth first, the Book of Thoth, and then the Understanding. I got a couple other books. I haven't really started reading those yet. But so as we do that, each one, then we talk about each card as we do it. So once you have conversations about each card and join in with others, that's easier for me to remember.
Yeah, no,
I just reading out of a book.
I can see that totally.
So I'm retaining it much better.
Oh, okay. And do you find that you like the Leda Frieda? I don't know why I keep doing that. I've done that in like
artwork.
Lady Frieda Harris's. Do you like her work, her art?
I do.
You do?
I really do.
Okay.
Yes. It doesn't, I mean, for me, it feels more expansive. Okay. Whereas the RWS feels like, well, this is the meaning. You know, I mean, does anyone else feel this way? I had the stalker card of the Four of Swords so many times it's ridiculous. Telling me, okay, it's time to slow down, time to take a rest. But that does not look like a rest card to me. That looks like a fallen soldier kind of thing with swords, like at his funeral. I just don't like that picture.
No, yeah. I mean, when I've done readings for other people, and they see that, it definitely doesn't look like, oh, peaceful rest, take a break. It looks like, oh my God, am I going to die? And I'm like, no, that's not what that means.
It feels like that. I don't want to slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down, damn it.
Okay, so Rachele, which Thoth deck do you have? And do you also have the Thoth-based decks?
So I do have the Crowley Thoth. And I just got the, what's it called? Is it She-Wolf? Is it?
I don't know. I know of the deck. I don't know if it's Thoth based or not.
It is Thoth based.
Okay.
If it is.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, that's the one. Is that the same creator as Serpent Fire?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I think you are right. I think it is Thoth based.
I think there's a couple others that are. I'm so bad with the names of the decks. I have so many damn decks. I forget the name.
We'll do that later.
The Hero Vampires. I think that's Thoth.
That is, yes, that is.
We're going to be starting that study next.
Oh, wow.
Really nice,
wow. So. Very good. Okay, cool. Let me see here. Okay, so then actually, the next question is, how does Oracle fit into your practice? And I mean, you started off with Oracle. So would you say that it is still, now that you've gone on to Tarot, do you say that you still find that you are balanced with both, yes, or that you still have more Oracle than Tarot, or do more Tarot than Oracle?
It's actually very balanced. Good. I think I have roughly, and I think that's another question, isn't it? How many I have?
It is,
I
yeah.
think I roughly have about 90 oracle decks and about 90 tarot decks. So
Wow.
it's like maybe give or take 1 or 2 decks.
Yeah, but that is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you find that you're pairing oftentimes you're pairing them together, or do you use
Yes.
them separate? Okay.
And sometimes that's why I have more.
Right, because
Because,
you want
like, for instance, I really liked this tarot deck,
Uh-huh.
Wandering Moon Tarot, and
Uh-huh,
it had an oracle because I'm like, well, what am I going to pair it with, right? So I went
There
with the
you go.
oracle,
I mean,
right?
you gotta get the oracle then. Yeah, of
Yes.
course, of course. Marlene is saying, "I highly recommend the Tarot Handbook by Angelus Arian." I don't think I know that person. I
I
don't think I know this book, for a great perspective on thought written by a woman. Okay, I'm gonna have to
Cool. Thank
write
you.
that down. Tarot Handbook. I mean, right now I only have 2. I have the Understanding the Thoth. Yes, the Duquette book,
Hmm.
and, then the Ultimate Thoth Guidebook or something like that, which is a little more like, illustrative, a lot more illustrations and, um, just labels pointing to the different, symbols and such, but that's pretty much it for me, so I'll have to look into that. Thank you.
There
Um,
was 3 books that Lisa, when the ladies had done the Thoth Tarot on Lisa's channel, supporting,
yeah.
she had showed 3 different books. They're
Mhm.
white. I got those
I
3. I
don't
don't remember what the names are. They're
okay.
upstairs, but I
I
got
think
those that I want to start reading.
I
She
think
said they're really good.
yeah. Okay. I think, Marlena, you would know, right? Because I think you were in on that conversation, right? If I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah, she was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, so oh, yeah, I'm definitely I started with the thought this year, and now with the moving, packing to move and stuff, it's kind of come to a halt. But yeah, so to be continued, but we shall see. It's been a slow start for me, just because I am getting used to Lady Frida Harris's work. It's not the most compelling for me personally, and I think that's part of my problem, but I still want to learn it, I still want to be familiar with it. So, and then how about astrology? Because did you start studying astrology before, the Oracle and Tarot, or did that come after?
It came after.
Okay.
Yeah. I had never known that there was any other astrology besides Western.
Yeah.
So I had started studying Western, and I did actually a whole series on my channel
Mhm,
of,
mhm.
like, learn astrology with me.
Yeah.
During that process, I had also, or before I started it, not long before I started it, I learned about Vedic astrology.
Yes, yes.
And
Julie and Victoria had some
yeah, couple
resources on
decks.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and a book. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
Um, so I had studied that and I thought that was amazing.
mhm.
But I was, although I was still a Capricorn in that as well, then I had discovered, because Julie Kushawatz came into my life via Amber,
Mhm.
Lavender Moon Amber, and I had found out about Real Sky. Now I'm just Real Sky, because that is actually what is in the sky.
Mhm.
So, and there's actually 13 signs. There's not 12. There's actually 13.
Oh,
So, and
okay.
the dates are all different. And yeah.
Yeah, that's too advanced for me. I still have to learn the basics, for my part, but that's fantastic. And then, so do you incorporate the astrology then into your tarot? I feel like in videos I've heard you kind of make those connections.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
When I can. I feel like I'm a beginner in everything. I'll probably always feel that way,
mhm,
because there's
mhm.
always tons to learn,
There's a
right?
lot to learn. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. So, hello, Marian K. It makes me so happy that you love the wandering decks, she
They
says.
are wonderful. I love
So,
them.
and then Beth is asking, I don't know that one, Rochelle. Do you have a book recommendation for it? Are we
For
talking the real,
Oh, for Real Sky?
real sky? Yeah. Mm.
Well, there's a deck. There's Real Sky Astrology Tarot by Julie Kushawatz.
Mhm.
I follow another site called Mastering the Zodiac. His name is Athen.
Okay.
He's an astrologist it's called True Sidereal or Real Sky. Another.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes. There's a huge cockroach in my apartment.
Oh no.
Continue. Continue.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, I'm listening. Let's go ahead. So yeah.
But I do have the software also, and I run charts for people.
Very nice.
If they want to know what their their sun sign, their moon, all that, birth charts and all that.
Gotcha. Very. Is that yes, Jezebel on text? Yeah, yes, it is. It's true. It's true. But we're not gonna. Matt's not home yet. He's usually the one. He actually likes to feed the roaches to our gecko lizard. No, we don't kill them. Actually, we just feed them to Picasso. So maybe he'll hang out for a while and then be food. So
do you guys live by a river?
No, we just get cockroach. I mean, it's just they're common here, and especially in the summertime. You're gonna get a couple. We don't have like a problem, but it could also be that we've been since we've been moving boxes in and out, and I think that probably hasn't helped things anyway. Yes, Beth, exactly. We repurpose. That's correct. Okay.
It is the cycle of life.
It is. It is. And it's funny because we have a tank of an aquarium of Dubai roaches because Picasso eats roaches. Those don't freak me out nearly as much as these American cockroaches do. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, okay.
I remember like 25 years ago going to my cousin's house for a wedding. No, it was longer than that. But anyways, taking a shower. She lived in Florida. Taking a shower.
Oh my God, yes.
I look over and there is a massive roach or palmetto bug.
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
And those things fly. The Florida roaches,
like hand size.
They fly too. That's the thing. That's what I. So anyway, okay.
Help.
Well, it's now starting to crawl above. I can't even reach that high if I wanted. Okay, why don't we move you over here? So
this is live, people.
I know this is live TV. Okay, so journaling. Have you always done journaling, from the time you were younger? So this is something that's also been recent for you, because I remember when you were doing like your paper journaling, like with the tarot and the Book of Shadows and all that, you were very creative. So I was wondering if you had, done that previously, or just something that
just a hobby that I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like, just like being creative, and the paper was fun.
Mm-hmm. But
you got to just keep on getting new product.
You do.
Well, if you want to do like junk journaling and, and you got to make sure that you don't run out of ink in your printer when you're making copies. And it was just.
It can be time consuming for sure. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And then
this is so different.
So
iPad, you just take a picture really quick, add in details. It's fine.
Is that the main reason why you decided to go to digital, just for time's sake? Or is it, and I know that you were also having some like pain issues as well. So I'm sure that doesn't help with like the paper journaling and having to craft, so.
Right. Yeah. It's just more efficient. Mm-hmm. I'm a Virgo moon. I like organization and, less having to buy. Also, it's like, less supplies. You don't have to buy all these different colored markers. You don't have to buy different colored paper, construction paper. I mean, you name it. It's just more efficient. It's pretty. I have tons of experience with like digital art and stuff like that. So it was just a perfect fit.
Awesome.
And the dream journal, I've been doing that for years.
Okay. Yes.
But just writing that.
Just writing that. Yes, I am sent out on a dangerous mission. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, hello, Lori tries left. Hello, Sylvain. Nice to see you. Let me see if I've missed anybody else. Okay. Where did I okay. And then so with digital journaling, do you miss paper journaling, or
Not at all.
you don't miss it at all? Because that's my thing. I was wondering if I would, because ever since seeing your videos and also Don Michelle, it is I've been tempted to try it, but then I was like, oh, but maybe I will miss the whole paper, part of it.
And some
So,
people might.
yeah.
I mean, I miss smelling the paper and stuff like that, but and I like also having something that you can easily do this, but I mean, listen, this is, you fold it up.
Yeah.
Take it anywhere with you.
Right.
No matter what you're doing.
Right.
You open it up. I have my regular, just regular, scheduling in one journal, like my astrology, like the moon. Look at, I've even got like her pointing down to the. I mean, I'm a nerd, when I've got to even give like my dogs their like Advantix or whatever, it's all in here. When we get our water delivery, you name it. I love that. I created a dream journal, so as soon as I'm done with the one that I have, I can put it on here. I have my book of shadows, right? All here. So whatever I'm doing, I have access to all of it right then and there, instead of having to pull this one out, put that one back, get this one. It's so efficient.
Yeah, it seems like it would be. Yes.
It's wonderful. It's so creative. I mean, just to show you.
Yeah.
I am in the Boho Weavers. It's a membership over on Don Michelle's. And I know some of you might be in that. And last month in May, because I'm still working on that, because I'm so behind, but I will do it. I will get caught up. She's doing like Inner Temple. So, I mean, like, this is like one of my inner temples.
Wow.
And then she goes to, so there's like the one for Earth. There's a whole story through it. More tarot spreads.
Wow.
There's
so good.
Air.
Yeah.
So they're going through that one.
Oh, those look great.
There's the water.
And it's like, if you mess up, you can just erase it instead of having to like pull off something you've glued on.
Exactly. It is so convenient.
Yeah, I can see that. I will probably give it a shot at one point. And Rachele does have digital journal templates that she offers. Is it on your Amethyst Ascension website? They can find it there.
It's my Ko-fi, but my amethystascension.com goes right to it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So again, you'll be able to see that in the description link below. And
yes, it's good notes. But yes, it's all
nothing. People want to see the bug. I'm not sure. No, I'm not nope. We're just going to pretend it's not there. Is it in Good Notes? Heather is asking.
Yes, it is in Good Notes. Okay. But let me just say though, I mean, I do have this stuff, but there is just tons and tons of stuff on Etsy.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Wonderful templates, all kinds of stuff that you could want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. So, what is one aspect of your, say, reading style that you feel has maybe evolved or changed?
Not always going by the meanings.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the beginning, I was like, okay, so I don't understand how somebody can, call themselves a tarot reader if they don't know the meanings. And I've totally changed on that because, and I think, time and experience helps you with that, because half of the time I use the pictures or there's bigger symbolism, or I use the astrology of the card or whatever. It doesn't just have to be the meanings now.
Yes.
I think that's a very limited view of, in my own opinion.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, it's great for laying that foundation when you're first learning. But then, yeah, as you keep practicing, it's nice to see that, that evolving and not being so reliant on the same kind of, foundational, like rote meanings that you learn. So
Right. Because
absolutely.
half of them I don't even like. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just keeping
that's
it
true.
real. I'm making mine a Rachele system,
Yes, yes,
the way I
exactly.
see tarot. And can we
Uh,
do that? You're damn right we can do that.
we can do, yes, really. Very, very true. And Lori Tries Life is saying, love your background, Rochelle. Yeah, she's always got such a nice background. And when I move, I am hoping to set up my space in such a way that it's a little bit.
Well, you're moving to a much larger
Yes.
place, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes, I am. So that'll be nice. Um, no, I have not been carried away or devoured by this. I just wish it weren't on the ceiling, That's the thing. It's like just
It's not going to get you.
yeah, no.
You
I
could
mean,
take it. I'm sure you could.
do roaches bite? I should Google
I
that.
don't know. I
I
don't know.
mean, I don't, yeah, they're just ugly. Anyway,
I think they yes.
so how do you choose which decks you work with? I mean, do you have a set schedule where you're choosing ahead of time, or are you just going by whatever you fancy at the time, whatever you're in the mood for?
Exactly. I have joked around on my channel about actually creating a deck, getting the like blank cards and creating a deck that's got all the names of all of my decks and then shuffling it and go, okay, which one am I working with
Yeah.
today? Right?
Yeah. I mean, they have apps for that. They have like I had one of those apps, like one of those name generators, just to be like, okay, which one. But then I don't know, that didn't really work for me either. So because
I
I
know.
would get something and be like, I don't want to work with that, and then I would spin again, and yeah, so that didn't quite
I
work for me
love
either.
working with personally, which is why I love Dawn Michelle's membership, because
Mhm.
she puts it all out for you. It's very structured. It's very
Mm.
themed. And I'm not trying to like promote her, but I am. I love her,
Oh, yeah,
I
we
love
all
it.
love her.
So I like having the structure of um spreads and stuff like that. So once I know what the theme is of, you know, the spreads or whatever the monthly theme, the medicine, then I choose my decks accordingly, whatever feels right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a great prompt, for choosing. Um, and then so you said you had about 90 Oracle and 90 Tarot. And then
Roughly.
do you count, like, do you have any Lenormand and other types of decks that you count in the Oracle?
I have one Lenormand.
Okay. Hey,
The Celtic.
that's a good one.
And I still never learned how to use it. I've
Well,
never used it.
there's time. There's time. There's
Exactly.
always time. So, okay, everyone's assuring me that they do not bite. No, they don't bite. They just judge you. I'm like, ew, are you kidding me? Oh, Christine, I didn't need to know that. Ew. Okay. Do you use RWS, Marseille, or Thoth? So Marseille predominantly, right?
No, RWS
I'm
predominantly.
sorry. Yes, RWS
Yeah.
predominantly, and also you've been learning Thoth, and you do want to. You said like learn Marseille as well at some point.
Using more like the numerology.
Numerological as opposed to like traditional Marseille. Are you
Correct.
interested in
Yes.
traditional
And
Marseille?
I mean, I do want to learn the traditional. I want to learn the traditional in everything and then make it my way. Use it my way.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I'm the
makes
same with
sense.
astrology. I'm the same with everything. Even learning numerology, after learning about like Pythagoras, right? And the current calendar that we're in, well, come to find out there's other calendars that are currently still on the earth right now that I have a different birth date. So which one do you use? Choosing which one to use. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm learning way too much about cockroaches right now. I'm like, okay. So, Rachele, I watched your latest video. I confess testing psychic abilities is new to me. Your cards reminded me of the scene from Ghostbusters. It was a cool exercise. Very awesome.
I plan on doing more along that lines as well. I'm actually taking a couple of classes, Udemy classes on developing. I also have a couple of series on my channel for developing and, psychic abilities and understanding what they are, the different clairs and stuff like that, and how they actually, because people, at least I can say from my own perspective, I thought a psychic was somebody that, has all the answers. They see it, as plain as can be. It's like, it's right there in front of their face, but that's really not true. Psychic abilities come in many different forms. It can be even your own voice in your head, which I've always heard my own voice in my head. That's clairaudience. Clairvoyance can be where let's say you're reading your tarot cards and all of a sudden, right here or somewhere, you get this image of a movie scene, or you hear a song that comes off in your head, or that is a form of clairvoyance because you're seeing it. It's activating something. Then you have like clear empathy, you have clear cognizance, which is a clear knowing. Sometimes you don't understand how you just know, and then you find out it was exactly correct. That's a form of psychic. You maybe probably had a dream or something, and then it was buried in your subconscious, but you knew it. So everybody's psychic. A lot of developing it.
A lot of clairs. A lot of clairs. Heather saying, I had my Lenormand for 10 years before I even knew what it was. Yeah.
I'll probably be about that.
I only recently knew that myself. But ever since I've been learning Lenormand, I actually have been loving it. Why am I over-clicking here? Okay. Do you use astrology with tarot? Sorry, I'm a questioner. No, yes. Yes, Rachele does. And she has videos and everything on her channel that talk about astrology, and videos on like the different types of astrology that she's been. I remember watching it was the Vedic Veda. And I had never even heard of that before. Never heard of that. So
I was very surprised. I was very surprised to find out that Western astrology is not really what is in the sky right now. So every month when it says like the new moon in this or the full moon in this, that's not actually correct. That's based on a fixed system. I know there's people that are probably going to be angry with that, but get a telescope and look in the sky when it tells you this is what it is, and you're going to find out that's not correct.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. Not trying to.
I will take your word for it, given that I am still very much a newbie. I wanted to dip into astrology more towards this second half of the year. Like this first half was supposed to be dedicated to Thoth, and then moving into astrology, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah. So Marlon is asking, Rachele, do you have a video discussing these differences?
Little bits.
Okay.
Just little bits. I should do something on, the difference between like Western astrology and real sky, true sidereal, because they're both like the same systems, except for like in Western astrology, you have 12 signs. They're all 30 degrees, which is what the decans are based on.
Okay.
Right. But in truth, they are not all 30 degrees in size. There's not 3 decans that are all 10 degrees each or 10 days each, because we have some signs like Virgo, which are like 49 degrees in size. And we have other ones like Scorpio that are actually only 12.5 degrees in size.
Oh, wow.
And then we've got Ophiuchus.
That's so many numbers. So many numbers.
But even a difference of an age, like the age of Aquarius, right? That they say that we're in. Well, some say it's like 300 years away. According to my calculations, it's closer to 800 years away, because Pisces is 39 degrees 39 degrees in size, which means it's almost 4,000 years for that age. But there's more to it than that. Understanding.
I am sure that there is. And It's like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So Marlena was talking about the psychic. So you did have that one. Are we talking about the Claires? I thought there was maybe a tag that had gone around for like way back where people were talking about the different Claires.
I did. Well, I did one on the 11 paranormal questions. As far as the Claires go, I don't know if there was a tag, but I do have 2 series that I've done on
Oh, okay,
my
good.
channel
Great.
that discuss all of the different Claires.
Oh, good, good.
And
Awesome.
then also how to help develop those Claires that you have.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool. And then okay, why is it not correct? So, okay, Laura, she went into that a little bit, but is Vedic astrology better? That's a good question.
Vedic astrology is closer. I will say it's closer to, but Vedic astrology still has where each of the signs, 12 signs, are 30 degrees in size. But in actuality, all the constellations that sit in our ecliptic are all different sizes. So it's not actually 30 degrees each. I know if you don't know astrology, that's just like confusing.
Yeah. So, I mean, so basically for a newbie, it's almost like would you recommend for a newbie that they start off with the regular Western astrology and then build from there? Because I couldn't imagine starting off with the real sky, or I don't know. That seems like that might be, you would have to have a foundation in the Western in order to make sense of the others.
I mean, you don't have to, but it is easier. It is more structured. Well,
yeah,
it's not even more structured. I don't know. They're both kind of like the same system, wheel system. It's just one has another, constellation that's truly in the sky, and they're all different sizes.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
Western is based more on like the seasons. And it was correct when they
created it then.
Over 2,500 years ago.
Right. Times change. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So hello, Mimi's Tarot and Gems. Good to see you. Okay. So then let us talk about your soul deck. Do you have a soul deck? Or do you have soul decks, or do you not even use that term? Yeah.
Several. Definitely the light seers. Definitely Everyday Witch. Bone Stone. Tarot of the She. But see, for me, I think it comes down to what does somebody describe as a soul deck?
Exactly, yeah.
And for me, a soul deck, just like I believe if you are in a soul contract with somebody, it doesn't mean that you're a lover with them. It could be just somebody that comes into your life. It can be a friend, it can be a parent, it can be whoever, and they are there for a certain amount of time in order to teach you certain things. You grow a strong bond or whatever, and then you can move on, or they could be lifelong.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it's fluid.
I think that these particular decks made a huge impact on me. So that's why I would say that they were like soul contracted decks.
No, makes total sense. Makes total sense. Let's see. Is there a good book that relates the decans in their actual size instead of divvying them evenly?
The decans actually came before tarot. It was I believe, from my understanding, the Golden Dawn system that put the decans in association with the tarot.
Okay.
But the decans were supposed to be 10 days, not necessarily. And I don't know. I don't have all the information about this. I'm still very new to the decans. And I'm reading it. But I think pretty much all of the deacon stuff that I found so far is based off of Western astrology. So,
gotcha.
And the Gregorian calendar and stuff like that. So,
gotcha. All right. So, do you have a couple recent decks that you want to show, that, or ones that you've been using, ones that you're currently in love with?
I actually love this one.
Okay, let me put
which is the Lucid Dreams. It's a beginner tarot.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that Lisa from Supportive Tarot, she was showing this. She does the best, I swear, like reviews of decks.
Yeah,
they're so thorough.
They are thorough, very
so
thorough.
And I love that it's got the deacon information on it.
Wow.
You know,
so
the astrological.
Yeah.
And it's got your keywords. And also in reverse, it's got your keywords. And the images are just so beautiful.
They are beautiful. Very beautiful.
This is one that I love. And you know what? I'm not a huge RWS person as far as the artwork goes until I got this deck. And this one is called the Gold Foil Tarot.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know that one.
It's really slippery though. These are like plastic.
Oh.
These are the backs. Ooh. Those are so friggin' excellent.
They are beautiful.
Like the gold and shiny, which I do.
Yeah. And
these are the cards.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of bling.
It is.
Very nice.
It's the only way I can stomach like the Runaway Smith.
I know. Well, seriously. Yeah, that makes it more palatable for me too, quite frankly. That's gorgeous.
You can see like the circles.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And there's like so forgiving. Look at that.
I was gonna say, because I thought that maybe those would be really thick then because of the foiling, but they're not.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, they're just plastic.
Wow.
They're easy to shuffle. If you can keep them in your hands, right?
Because they're slippery. Yeah. So we're
This is a new one I got, the Baroque.
Oh.
And there we go with the little bling again. This was a Kickstarter. I just got it like a little over a week ago. There's the back. Very similar to this one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And these are gilded. But it's so beautiful. It's darker.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Is that that's an indie deck?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Just got it like a week ago.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And then, of course, these ones. I got these for Mother's Day.
Oh, fantastic. Hello, Candy. Good to see you. And Lori is asking, is your hair naturally curly?
Yes, it is.
They love it.
It's not even dry all the way. And it's just frizz. All the gray hair that's coming in, it's just frizz.
Oh. Yeah. All right. And then do you have any that that you have been trying to connect with but cannot?
Yes.
Okay.
So in all fairness, I haven't really been trying to connect. I instantly really did not connect.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to. I love the artwork. It's really, really cool.
What is? Oh, yes. I wanted this deck.
It's just
I mean, I love his movies and I love the style of the art of that deck, but there's a deal breaker.
It's really cool, but I don't know. I honestly, I haven't given it a fair shot.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Okay.
But
have you seen his movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. Some of it.
Okay.
And I'm not really huge on that. I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's one of those like mystical things. When you go to see like a tarot reader, you're thinking the deck is going to be like really dark. And, you know, there's like a certain image that the tarot person, mystic, is going to have. And this deck.
That is definitely aesthetic mood right there. Yeah.
Yes. And then this one.
Yes. Oh, yes, the Supernatural. And I remember you were so excited about that one.
I was. Because I binged the whole
I remember
season. I mean, I was having dreams and nightmares.
Yeah.
About these guys. These guys were in my dreams for like months. Seriously. And I love some of them. But even I didn't think I was going to like the coloring.
Yeah.
You know, the red and the blue.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very fitting
Yeah, yeah.
But some of them, like the pentacles, are like not, I mean, they're like pips, you know?
Yes, yes, pippish, yeah.
It's like even poor quality pips.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at this, okay? Can
Yeah,
you
so
not
that
do
one
better
looks
than that?
a bit lazy. Yeah, even I
And
can.
then some of them are like that. And
Yeah,
then some are a mixture of the two with a
right.
different color. I'm like, but these
Yeah.
ones were cool with all the characters and
Right,
stuff.
right.
But my disappointment was, and they don't really show you the pictures beforehand, right? They show
Yes,
you a couple really
right,
cool pictures
and
of like
usually
King and
they're the majors because then the rest are pips, and they don't want you to know that, and yeah,
right.
yeah.
And some of theirs, I just thought, listen, I just watched 15 seasons of this.
Mhm.
They had so many scenes
Yes, yeah.
that they could have used for,
Yeah, I remember because I think I watched your first impressions, and you were pretty damn disappointed because you had said like, "Hello, how many seasons are there?" And they couldn't do anything other than these like lazy
exactly.
pips. Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved the
So,
show though. I loved it. I was like sad. It was like breaking up with the guys when it
uh-huh,
was over, you know?
uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm never getting rid of it. It's
Oh,
never
okay.
going in purgatory.
Yeah.
It's just one of those kind of things that you're going to go back and look through, you know, and
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
it because you were a fan.
Exactly.
Would
Just
I
kind
read
of a
with it?
collector's
No,
novelty thing. But Heather
I
saying,
wouldn't
I
read it.
wanted this deck too, but something has stopped me from actually purchasing it. I loved it. So do I. I love his movies. But there was a deal breaker card for me. The Hanged Man was a deal breaker card for me. So for some reason, I just couldn't with that card. And so I'm like, and I mean, I don't know if that's a movie reference. I don't remember seeing it in any of his movies, but then again, I don't know that I've watched all of his movies. So if any of you in the live chat know if that's like an actual movie reference, but like I don't know.
I really don't like this card stock either.
Mhm. Gotcha.
Oliver, stop.
I'm pretty sure the roach I think does. I think does. Yeah. It's wiggling its antenna in confirmation. They love the Delta deck. Okay. And Sylvana is saying at the beginning of the pandemic, I binge watched all 15 seasons of Supernatural too. I think it's a great show. I missed that memo. I've missed a lot of show memos. Yeah, I just never watched it. So
It was that deck that really, any other themed decks,
mhm.
I pretty much don't get now.
Yeah.
I just
Same.
don't, because
Yeah.
it kind of ruined it for me. It makes me feel like it's just a cash grab
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's half of a deck. I'm not going to be able to use it.
Right. Right.
And you know what? The sad thing is, as much as I even loved the Game of Thrones,
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
daughter actually bought me the Game of
Yeah.
Thrones. I've
Mhm.
never used it
Oh,
because I don't know.
yeah.
It's just hard for me to remove myself from the show.
Yeah, I understand that, and that's why I do have the Game of Thrones tarot, and I do think it was very well thought out.
Yes.
Um, and I used it here and there, especially when I was watching the show. It was like it was all mood and like, oh, let me get on my Game of Thrones tarot. But I haven't used it since, and I think it's I think yeah, theme decks tend to like lock you in, and you have very specific associations. And if those don't match up with what you know of the card, it can be a little bit jarring. So
Yes.
I totally agree with that. Okay, so any decks on your wish list? Do you have a wish list, or do you feel like you're in a
There's
good place?
always a wish list.
Okay.
And it's like this long.
Okay.
But honestly, it's funny. The more and more decks that I have
Yeah.
now, the less that it can be on my wish list.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need that now. I
Right.
don't need it. So
Yeah.
there's one, honestly, that I can think of that I would really want,
Okay.
or I really do want,
Okay.
but I don't think I'm going to be getting it. And that's the Tarot of Delphi.
Oh yes, that's I know a lot of people really covet that one.
Yes.
So yeah, I hear you. A
There's,
unicorn deck.
as much as I love buying like independent and all that,
Mhm.
and Kickstarter and supporting, and I have a couple of decks that, like the Bone Stone and Earth Flush and other ones that could be worth more money that are
Mhm.
indie. But the thought of me spending $1,000 or $700 for him, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Even if I could afford it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I hear you. I do hear you. I get it. I get it. Are there any decks that you wanted to or thought you would hate, but you ended up actually getting along with? Like maybe you were like, I don't know about this one. I guess I'll try it. And then you ended up actually really, really loving it. Or do you find that like when you get a deck, you feel like you are going to really like
as many decks as I have, and I know this sounds funny because of having like roughly 180 decks or so. I really, really like stock the deck before
you get it. Right. So you have a good, yeah.
I watch, I find walkthroughs and reviews invaluable.
Yes.
Because that is what I use. I even go into a metaphysical store. You know what? Not one that I loved, but I go into a metaphysical store or like Barnes and Noble or whatever, and I grab my phone and I start watching walkthroughs before I buy.
Right. Yep. I've done that. I've done that. Yeah.
So if anything, I have more regrets from stuff that I have bought, like not doing that beforehand.
Gotcha.
Than stuff that I've purchased thinking I wasn't going to like it because I don't normally do that.
Right. Or just taking a chance on you're more thorough with your research before buying a deck. You don't
try
impulsively.
I have given away and I don't usually sell them. I don't think I've ever sold any decks. I just give them away when I don't want them. I think I've given like maybe 35, 40 decks away already that just I wasn't going to use. I thought I was going to and just no. So,
Gotcha. Okay. And then, all right, last couple questions here. So, what inspired you to start a channel? Was it that you just wanted to connect with the community and thought it'd be a good way to learn more, or?
Well, originally, I used to make jewelry.
Right. So you had the channel for your jewelry.
I pulled out some so you guys could see really quick.
Yeah.
So I had created some like in 2013 when I was still doing my jewelry, some like videos for all my jewelry, just like walkthroughs and stuff. So this is a bracelet.
Wow.
Bracelet.
Gorgeous.
Like gemstones and stuff like that. There's more, but like.
And do you still make jewelry for sale, or?
I don't. No.
That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that must have taken so much time.
Quite a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a long time.
Yeah.
But, for me, it just, it's hard on my hands now.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And these were polymer clay beads that I also made. And I would name all these.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're backed in leather.
Gorgeous.
So that's why I actually started it. And then, like I said, then I got a subscription box. Said, well, you'll get the next month's free if you make a video.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Right. So I made a video, and then while I was on there, I had discovered other people that did unboxings and other witches.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. And then they'd start showing their tarot walkthroughs. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then the fury began with buying of the decks and the oracles. And, so yeah.
Oh yes. TarotTube can do that. Those are gorgeous.
So that's what started it for me.
And Christina's asking, do you wear those necklaces?
Sometimes. But I will be honest with you. Some of these I have to get extenders because when I was making these, I was not making these for me. I'm a woman. I was making these for what the majority of women could wear. So I have to make like extenders for mine. And these are like pieces that you wouldn't just like, why would I wear these? You know,
statement pieces. Statement pieces. Yeah.
Exactly. These are like statement pieces.
Wow.
You know,
absolutely.
So I do have some
Beautiful.
that I wear, but
Beautiful. Very, very nice. You're so talented. Jack of all trades. All right. And then, so last question. What advice do you have for anyone who is just starting to learn tarot?
Oh my goodness. Don't be too hard on yourself.
That's a good one.
Make cheat sheets for yourself and tarot, just tarot, because for me, you know, I know that there's this huge imposter syndrome. You think you're never good enough, never good enough. And you know what? As long as you think that, you're never going to be good enough. So make cheat sheets for yourself. What I did was, which I learned the major arcana pretty easy. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But all of the
rest,
minor arcana.
And then the quartz, of course.
Right. That was the difficult bit for me. So I know what works for me. And so I made like laminated cheat sheets. And because even when I'm putting all of my decks back in order, it's the wands, cups, swords, and pentacles.
Yes.
So I made a cheat sheet for each one of those in that order. And I just started tarotting. And
awesome. Yeah.
The more that I did it, the more I realized I didn't even need those anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, or get yourself a deck now that has the keywords.
Yes. Yes. Great idea.
Just read for everybody. Now, the course that I took on Udemy, she actually, after you go through the course, she has a Facebook group where you can do readings for each other.
Oh, and like practice. Yeah. That's a great resource.
Just do it. That's all I have to say. Just do it.
Just do it. Awesome. And then what about advice for anyone wanting to start a tarot tube channel?
Well, I will say that it can be rough on you. It can get into your psyche because if you are looking to count like your likes and
your sub count and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
They're pretty much everybody I've ever talked to, and I've talked to a lot of people that are creators, content creators. And I think at one point they could have gotten dragged into that if they didn't remember why they started.
Yes.
But always remember why you start a channel.
Yes.
For me, it was just about really connecting with other people.
Right.
And I don't want to be a superstar. If you think that you're going to get onto YouTube, especially doing tarot, and become a superstar, not going to happen probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
1 in a million. Right.
Yeah. It's a very niche kind of, well, especially, you know, the channels that we follow, they're not solely kind of like the more popular pick a pile and is my lover going to come back, you know, those types. Because I noticed that those channels get so many subs and views. It's amazing, but that's all they do. They just do these readings. And it's not so much, it's just different. It's just different. And it's no judging, but this is a very different kind of niche in my opinion. So
some of them are really good, but some of them, like if they're, you know, is he cheating on you?
Yeah.
You know, are they talking behind your back?
It's very clickbaity and yeah.
That gives tarot readers a bad name, in my opinion. But
yes. Yeah, absolutely. So agreed. So I think I have caught all the questions. Thank you to everyone who's come in. I might have missed you. You have a lovely little crowd going on here. Rachele. Oh, hello, Wendy. Good to see you. So thank you so much, Rachele. This was a lot of fun. And I feel like it was like coming full circle because, you know, I was like the first, it was my first time with you doing a live. And now I wanted to like have you on so that, you know.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. I just wanted, did you hear that, Mr. Roach? You are not by hanging around these parts of the internet. Go back. Yes, I agree. He's just hanging out, and I think Matt's going to be home any minute now. So I think Picasso is going to have a treat tonight. So he's behaved. Mr. Roach has behaved. and not gone anywhere. So anyway, so thank you, Rachele. And once again, all of our information is in the description box below. And again, if any of you would like to come on and do a casual convo, please hit me up. Love to have you. And, again, you don't have to have a channel yourself. If you just want to come on, you don't have to show your face. We just want to get to know you and chat. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. And until the next time, we will see you soon. Much love and take care. Bye-bye.